Here is the reality of 2026. A healthy 65-year-old couple is now looking at over $600,000 in lifetime healthcare costs. That is nearly $1 million in future value. Medical inflation is outpacing our cost of living adjustments by double. But before you panic, stop. We're going to break that cycle together. Today, we aren't just talking about saving money. We are talking about saving you. Hello, wonderful people. It's so good to be with you today. Let's talk about something truly important. It's about living our best lives after 50, and frankly, doing it without going broke. A little worry creeps in, doesn't it? You tell me about the stress of managing bills. You worry about unexpected health costs eating into the nest egg you worked so hard for over 40 years. And you are right to pay attention. In this economic climate, your health is your greatest asset. It is your true wealth. Today, we are going to look at the hard numbers of 2026. But more importantly, we are going to find a new way forward. A way that is gentle on your budget and powerful for your body. Every great journey begins with knowing where you are starting from. And right now, the financial landscape for seniors has shifted. Let's look at the data. In 2026, healthcare inflation hit 5.8%. Compare that to the Social Security cost of living adjustment at just 2.4%. You don't need a calculator to see the gap there. We are seeing Medicare Part B premiums rise to $202.90 a month. That is up almost $18 from last year. But here is the statistic that keeps me up at night and why we need to have this conversation. For many of us, 84% of our Social Security benefits could potentially be consumed by medical expenses over time. Seniors over 65 are now spending over $22,000 per person annually. That is 5 times what we spent on our children. It sounds daunting. It feels heavy. But knowledge is power. When we know the cost of sickness, we can better appreciate the value of wellness. Chronic diseases, heart disease, obesity, diabetes, these are the drivers of that spending. But they are not inevitable. I want to introduce you to a simple but powerful idea I call Save to Thrive. Usually, when financial advisors talk about protecting retirement, they talk about investment portfolios and diversification. And that is fine. But I want you to look in the mirror. That is your most important investment vehicle. Think of preventative health strategies not as chores or lifestyle changes, but as direct deposits into your savings account. Every time you choose a nutrient-dense meal over processed food, you are potentially lowering that $22,000 annual cost. Every time you go for a walk, you are fighting back against the 5.8% medical inflation. It is the key to unlocking a future filled with energy and independence. We have to stop viewing health and finance as separate silos. They are one and the same. If we can manage chronic conditions, specifically heart health and weight, we don't just feel better, we drastically reduce our exposure to the system. So, how do we do this without spending a fortune on gym memberships or fancy supplements? We get savvy, we get practical. Let's fuel the movement you started. Your future strength starts on today's plate. And I promise you, eating for longevity does not mean eating expensive, exotic foods. We need to prioritize protein to protect our muscle mass. Muscle is our metabolic currency. If we lose muscle, we become frail, and frailty leads to falls, and falls lead to, well, costs we want to avoid. Aim for about 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. What does that look like? Eggs, Greek yogurt, canned tuna or salmon, beans and lentils. These are humble superheroes. They are low-cost, shelf-stable, and powerful. You don't need the expensive steak, you need consistency. Also, hydration. Water, herbal tea, homemade soups. Dehydration in seniors is a leading cause of hospitalization. Something as free as water can save you thousands in emergency room visits. It's not just a nice idea, it's a necessity. Now that you have a wonderful routine with food, let's talk about movement. The most effective workout is the one you actually do, consistently. You tell me, gyms are too expensive, and I hear you, but the world is your gym. Walking is arguably the best medicine for managing blood pressure and blood sugar, and it costs nothing. I want you to try something. I call it the commercial break circuit. When you're watching TV, every time a commercial comes on, you stand up. You sit down, you stand up. You sit down. You are building leg strength. You are protecting your hips. You are maintaining your independence. Beyond gear, there are many low-cost services that can support and enhance your fitness journey. Look at your local community center. Look for silver sneakers or similar programs, often included with Medicare Advantage plans. These are resources you have likely already paid for. Use them. Learn to listen to these signals your body gives you. Stiffness isn't a signal to stop. It's a signal to move gently. We want to keep those joints lubricated. Finally, let's talk about being a smart consumer of healthcare. Did you know that many preventative screenings are fully covered under Medicare Part B? I'm talking about mammograms, colonoscopies, diabetes screenings, and annual wellness visits. Many people skip these because they fear the cost, not realizing they are already covered.
Taking advantage of these can catch issues early, when they are cheap to fix, rather than late, when they are expensive to manage.
Also, there is good news on the horizon for 2026. The new drug price negotiations are in effect. We are seeing savings of around $1.5 billion on 10 high-cost medications for things like diabetes and cancer. If you are on medication, review your plan during open enrollment. Don't just auto-renew, be a savvy shopper. Check if your specific prescriptions have dropped in price or if a generic is now available. We have covered so much ground together today. We looked at the scary numbers, that $661,000 figure, but we also looked at the power of protein, the magic of movement, and the wisdom of prevention. I want to leave you with a feeling of empowerment and excitement. You are not a victim of this economy. You have agency, the moment you decide to begin. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. Start with one glass of water. Start with one walk around the block. Start by checking your Medicare benefits. If you found value in this video, please like and subscribe so we can keep building this community of vibrant, savvy seniors. I believe in you. Your journey starts now.